So, of course, we knew it was coming. Of course, Diddy was arrested. And I haven't been talking about it on this channel mainly because I wanted to see how things were going to play out. Him being arrested really isn't a surprise. What's interesting is the charges.
But the idea that the government, in their characterization, does not say that anybody did any of these things non-consensually. What do you make of that?
I make of that as being a big flaw already in the government's case, which the defense was quick to point out. Even if he was engaging in this alleged conduct, there was no allegation or no statement in that indictment saying that any of these alleged victims or alleged witnesses willingly participated in some of these acts that people find offensive, that are sound to be offensive. And that's a very important part of the case.
Now, this is kind of what I'm getting at in this story. I'm not trying to say that he didn't do anything. I really don't know what's in the indictment, as most people don't know the actual details, which will come out. But the first thing I thought about with this whole thing, I said, you know what? Yeah, he probably is on some really crazy, freaky stuff and had these wild freak offs, as they say, again. But I'm wondering where the crime is, because if people are doing stuff consensually and he is apparently, you know, bringing people together. He has his assistants and people who work for him and so on who are coordinating all this stuff, and people are getting paid to come and have sex with each other and this and this and that. If you have consensual adults, I'm not really sure how much different this is than, you know, pornography. It's just private pornography for his personal use.
But there are enough charges here where outside of what the alleged victims are going to say about how he was using the resources allegedly from his enterprises, his businesses, his well-known Bad Boy Entertainment, his clothing line resources, his liquor line resources. Allegedly, there were funds used from that resources to engage in this alleged prostitution activity across state lines. And that's why it's a federal case, because it's across straight lines. So there are some problems that the defense has brought up originally, but it seems like, just from reading this 14-page indictment, that there is enough physical evidence to perhaps get a conviction in this case.
You know, we hear the word racketeering all the time. So racketeering is a set of illegal activities aimed at commercial profit that may be disguised as legitimate business deals. If they aren't able to show how a crime was committed against these individuals involved, or where he was money laundering, if they get into some other stuff where he is dabbling in maybe some illegal guns or drugs or something like that, which I've heard we're supposed to be tied into this somehow, I think there may be something. But I do think the difference, because everybody was talking about, you know, he'll be in the lunch line with R. Kelly. The difference with R. Kelly is R. Kelly messed with a lot of underage girls, and that was one of the biggest issues he had. Was not so much, you know, in the Surviving R. Kelly, there were grown women in there, which I didn't believe they should have been in there at all. But the underage woman is the big problem R. Kelly had. Puff, I don't know if he has the same issue as far as young women, but we're going to see.
So the Office of the Southern District of New York seems awfully confident about their ability to handle the scope and complexity of the case. But still, why do you think it took them so long for them to go after Combs, considering they allege his crimes have been going on for more than a decade?
My theory is that the government had an easy time putting together this final prosecution because of all the civil actions existing against Sean Combs right now. The case with Cassie, which that video was shown, his former girlfriend, where he was seen assaulting her. It looked like certainly that he was assaulting her on video. I think the government and investigators were able to accumulate all this easy evidence that was just handed to them from the attorneys who prepared the civil cases that are now pending against him. I think things just started piling up, and eventually Sean Combs got to a place where his luck ran out, and therefore he was indicted and arraigned.
You know, but there is a difference between civil and criminal. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Of course, drop what you think in the comments. This is just one of many videos I'm sure we're going to see about this case. So it's just getting started. Buckle up. Crucial Convo.